Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Celtic are in Europa action this evening, and we're waiting on Celtic releasing the team news. The big news of today, first of all, is this up here. Celtic fixture has been changed from Saturday the 6th of December to Sunday at 3 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, they're keeping the kickoff the exact same, 3 p.m. on a Sunday. A good little trip through to Celtic Park, 3 o'clock on a Sunday. Yeah, that's fantastic. Makes it difficult for people to get home to Ireland and down south and everything. But it's been changed for television, as you would expect. Sky has taken it as part of their TV package for December. The Saturday, the 6th kickoff has been changed to the 7th. Purely for the fact that Hearts are top of the table. That's it. And they see it as a fixture that could be important within the way that the season may pan out. But let's forget about the season of domestic football for the moment. We are all waiting on Celtic putting out the team news in anticipation, aren't we? The anticipation is going to get to us the next 15 minutes. It seems to be a nice night at Celtic Park. Will it be a nice night for fast-flowing attacking football? And will Brendan Rodgers roll out the Ferrari, or will the Honda Civic roll out and just do what Honda does? Hondas are quite reliable. Just saying. I always thought that Hondas were quite reliable cars. If you were going to get a motor that you knew would never break down, that would keep going forever and ever, you'd get a Honda. But maybe just not fast enough for Brendan Rodgers. But anyway, less about that said, the better. Quite a lot of people on looking on the chat. There's quite a lot of people in the chat already. Tell me what you think the score lines will be tonight. Let's get some crazy scoreline predictions in before the game starts, and we see the team that Celtic decide to roll out. Some of the comments on the Celtic board just resign. Yeah, we all want the board to resign. We're buzzing for sideways passing all night. Come on. Yeah. Don't think I've been less asked about a European game. We pass. UEFA Conference League flag incoming 2026. I don't think that you can drop down to the UEFA Conference League. Actual joke, call it a big night when they've not even bothered their arse to equip the team for such a big competition. Tell the players it's a big night. You kind of get the gist of it online, as you would expect. But whilst we all want movement within the board situation, it won't happen tonight. So let's make sure that we just back the boys as much as we can. Because let's face it, if we get a result tonight, it will give the team a little buzz, a little lift, which we need going into the game this weekend. So hopefully this evening, let's jump into some of the comment sections and see what we're saying before the team is released. Michelle's going for a 1-0. Paul says, evening, hopefully we'll go with two strikers, 3-5-2, but I don't think Brendan will do this. So thinking it'll be 1-1, hopefully win with something to build on. Can someone drive a Honda onto the pitch? I think you would get arrested if you did that. I think you would be arrested. I want to watch a good game of football. I haven't seen all season. Pub team. I think we would. Let's just focus on tonight's game and worry about what's happened earlier on. I wouldn't worry about Yang. He's played his last game for the Hoops. I think so. I think Yang's definitely played his last game. If he plays another game for Celtic, the big talking point should be, have we seen the last of Dice and Maida? I think we maybe have. Hun down 1-0. Are they playing already? I had no idea. And I don't care, but if they're getting beat, it's funny. Let's get it live. Get the match day schedule live. Half time scores in Europe this evening already. Fenerbahce has just gone up to half time for that. Fenerbahce 1, Stuttgart 0. Go Ahead Eagles 1, Aston Villa 1. That's a big result for Go Ahead Eagles. That's a massive result for Go Ahead Eagles. There's some other scores, but the big one is Brann 1, Rangers 0. As long as we don't get beat tonight, then, as long as we stay above them, because they're away from home, and yeah, that is the current half-time scores. Can we get that live? Can we get that on the screen? It'll probably jump right ahead on it. Interesting scorelines. Bologna's winning 2-0. Lyon's beating Basel 1-0. Genk Real Betis is 0-0. I think the shock result for me is the Go Ahead Eagles against Aston Villa. I mean, Aston Villa were decent in the Champions League last year. I don't know what they're doing in English football, don't really care, but you thought, I mean, Go Ahead Eagles, that's a big result for them. Huh? Other games that are on tonight: Celta Vigo versus Nice, Malmo versus Dynamo Zagreb. Young boys are playing Celtic Sturm Graz. Nottingham Forest versus Porto. And they've sacked Ange. Would have been good for Ange to get one over Porto for us. For old time's sake, Feyenoord Panathinaikos, that's one that stands out. And Roma. Yeah, for me, the standout games this evening would be the Feyenoord Panathinaikos game. We obviously play Feyenoord later on in the competition. And the Dynamo Zagreb Malmo one, that'll be an interesting one to watch. But we're not going to be watching that. We're going to be watching the Celtic game. And it is 1-0 for a certain team. Let me jump back onto this. Forest to start, please. Should we be starting Forest in a game like this? Big shock is Brann are only winning 1-0. Are they that bad? The team is out. Have Celtic got the team out already? No, it's not. It's not on Twitter. Team isn't out on Twitter. It's not out for another 6 minutes. So I don't know where you're seeing the team, because if you're seeing it, it's been leaked. If you are seeing it, it is being leaked. I'm just going to this. And it's not on there. It's not anywhere. You're talking nonsense, mate. The team isn't on social media as yet. Newman says it's Casper, Donovan, CCV, Scales, KT, Callum, Benji, Rio, Forrest, Collection, Directe. That's what the mute man says. Just Lanky's team that's out. I'll wait till the official team is out before I put it up on the screen. And it'll be out in around about 6 minutes time. It may be out to some people that are sitting inside Celtic Park. Because it doesn't get put out till... it could be if you're sitting in one of the posh boxes at Celtic Park. I'm just jumping into some of these comments here. Why is that doing that all of a sudden? Get that. That's the team 100%. We just need to win tonight. Hopefully, we just need a bit of confidence. Just off the phone to Rogers, he's furious. He's blaming Shin Yamada for stealing the Hondas. Maybe that was a dig. Do you think that... Because, I mean, Honda's a Japanese car, is it not? Maybe that was a dig at the Japanese players. Do you think it was the whole Honda comment? Do you think it was a? Do you think it was a little dig at the players from Japan, saying that they were Honda Civics and not really Ferraris? There's not many times that we've had Italian players at Celtic, is there? I mean, I think, who was the last Italian player that played for Celtic? Was it Massimo Donati? Can't think of anyone else since Massimo Donati. Maybe wrong, but I can't think off the top of my head right now. Maybe somebody will tell me in the comments. Shin not in the European team. Yeah, Shin Yamada's not in the European team, so he's not going to be playing. If he was playing tonight, there would be something completely wrong. The mute man says, it's Donati. Yeah, I think the last Italian that we had playing, the last Ferrari that we had at Celtic Park was Massimo Donati. Yamada's registered. Wishful thinking, yeah. It's not really wishful thinking because he wasn't doing it for Brendan. Brendan Rodgers thought he was going to bring in an elite signing. He was leaving the last place in the Europa squad for an elite signing. And what did we get? Kel's Iniacho. It's a big game for him tonight. I mean, the teams that he's played at before, surely Brendan Rodgers will be expecting him to score a goal or two tonight if he gets the service, because I think it's all down to the team not getting the service, not going forward quick enough. Do you know, we can all see that the final third scenario. Brendan Rodgers hasn't mentioned it himself yet. He's usually the first to say, yeah, we're a bit slow in the final third. He's maybe stopped blatantly criticising the players and he's now criticising them with Honda jibes. Which, when you think about it, if you're going to give somebody a jibe, give them say that they're Honda. But me personally, I think that Hondas are not bad cars. There's been some good Hondas over the years. Donati scored a few goals for Celtic. Does a win here count as a Civic passing its MOT? Leonardo Faizan, the last Italian for us. Well, there you go, Michelle. King Charles, yeah. Have we got time to talk about that? Can we talk about politics? I see that King Charles was in Rome today, kissing the arse of the Pope and praying for forgiveness for trying to be Christian Catholics that couldn't hack it for hundreds of years, and decided to go and have a little pray with the Pope. So big up the Pope for inviting King Charles over to, and maybe that's why everything's going wrong, because the King wants to be Catholic again. Be funny if he did, eh? That's it. I'm fucking doing away with you Anglicans. We're going back to Rome. Got yourself, Charlie. And we're waiting about 1 minute for the official team to come out. We'll see how close that Lanky is to the team. Why is Tavernier trending on Twitter in the UK? And Dressers, Movsky are all trending. Are they playing really bad? About 40 seconds for the official team to come out. And we'll see how close the speculation was to the team. And will there be any shocks tonight? Will Brendan Rodgers shock us? Or is he just all chat and he's just going to go with the same 4-3-3? Why is Twitter just crashed? Why is Celtic? Twitter just disappeared. What's going on with Celtic Twitter? Something strange has just went on with Celtic Twitter account. All it seems to have it is the pinned comment. God, don't tell me they broke it. The team is out. Schmeichel, Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Scales, Tierney, McGregor, Haddadi, Engels, Benji, Directe, Iheanacho. I'll get it up on the screen now, along with the substitutes. Well, so much for big changes, Brendan. I don't see it. Has Brendan let us down? Or will he blame the players? As we get the team up onto the screen here. And let's get it as big as we can. There's the Celtic team. Schmeichel, Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Scales, Tierney, McGregor, Haddadi, Engels, Benji, Tinecti, and Iheanacho. So much for changing formation and everything, Brendan. So much for, changing things about a bit and I'm quite disappointed, to quote a term that I wouldn't normally quote. I mean, Hattati's starting, Engels is starting. I mean, should he have started Bernardo? I mean, he's dropped Michelangelo is on the bench, Trusty's on the bench, Sinisal's on the bench, Yang's on the bench, McCown's on the bench, Murray, Forrest, Donovan. I mean, the only change, he's not really changed that, is he? He's going to go for a 4-3-3 and bore us to death with it. I think he could have went with a better team. I would have put Bernardo and maybe Forrest. To me it means, it looks like he's obviously going for the four at the back. Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Scales and Tierney, solid four at the back. McGregor, Hattati, Engels in the midfield. He's put Benji on as a winger because he's playing Benji as a winger. That's a big. I mean, playing Benji as a winger. Or is it a complete change of formation and we're not going to go with the two wingers? If Benji is the winger, we're fucked. I'm not confident at all now. Not very confident at all. What's the point anymore? 4-3-3, there's a shocker, just leave Brendan. Yeah, it's looking like a 4-3-3, isn't it? It's so much for changing formation. I mean, do we really need to change formation for the Europa? I mean, there's the other side of the question. Do we need a change of? I mean, is it a 4-4-2? It could be a 4-4. But then who's up front? Why have just one? If you're going to play 4-4-2, surely you would bring on Johnny Kenny or. You've only got Johnny Kenny on the bench. Two Chuckle brothers at the back. To you, to me, to you. Benji and Engels can't play in the same team. People used to say that about Neil Lennon and Paul Lambert back in the day. Can they be proved wrong? Because there was a lot of people, the media especially back then, used to say that, you can't play Paul Lambert and Neil Lennon in the same team, and to a certain extent it was proved kind of right, but they did play in the same team but just moved a little bit about. Benji's going to be playing on the wing. It's not a 4-4-2 because I wouldn't trust any of them as strikers bar Kells and Iheanacho. So betting on Celtic is a dire sin, straight to hell. Well, not really. Not if you do match betting. Can we get that on the screen? Let's see. There is a tab linked. screen. Let's see, does it do it there? Yeah, there we go. Not if you do match betting. Match betting from... we just increased the size of that screen. Didn't want to do that. You can make me online with betting. You could bet against Celtic tonight. You could bet against them to win, and then you could bet for them to lose. And if you click on that link, they teach you how to do it. There's plenty of time if you want to do it. They show you how to make money on match betting, and you get a free trial if you click the link that is on this video. It's in the description, and it is also the first link also where you can get your free trial. Other betting systems versus match betting with Outplayed. When folk follow when betting strategies, you risk losing everything. When you do it with match betting, a step-by-step guided video would walk you through exactly how to make a profit from each promo offer. So if you are into betting, that some of you have just talked about, jump on and get your free trial with outplayed.com. That's the free advertising done for this evening. It is an interesting team, I've got to say. It looks like it's going to be pretty much of the same from Brendan Rodgers. Does he need to change it in the Europa League? Maybe he's on about changing it, and he's saying, look, all we really need to do is change it for the home games. Maybe he's thinking we just need to change it for the home games. What do you think? Do you think we need to change it for the home games, or should we be changing it tonight? I mean, he would say that he has changed it. He's got Engels, Benji in the team. I would rather Paulo Bernardo. I think Paulo Bernardo gives you more. But then again, he could have this. He could have McGregor, Hatate, Benji sitting in midfield with... It's a 4-3-3, isn't it? It's a fucking 4-3-3. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. It's a 4-3-3 that he's going to play. Or we'll wait and see. Right, give me your score predictions. Rather have Benji on than Yang. Sevco getting beat 1-0. It's a 4-2-3, 4-2-1-3. I have no idea what formation he's trying to play. Positivity key. Right, there's zero pace in that team. It's a 5-3-2. We're just going to block everything. We're just going to sit back and do a Scottish football. Maybe we should. I mean, it worked for Ange Postecoglou in Europe last year with his team. Right, let's try and get some positive thoughts out there to the Celtic fans. What is your scoreline going to be tonight now that you've seen or saw the team? 2-1, type 2-1, says the Mute Man PLC. I've got Branham McCutton, should be 3-0. Humble Pie later, Hatate couldn't hit a barn door. Well, let's hope so. Glasgow's green and white is going for 3. 2-1 to the Civic CSC, as in the Honda Civic CSC. I bet there's a few people who changed their name to the Honda Civic. What other great Hondas has there been over the years? 3-1 says Glasgow's green and white. We need to change it altogether. The one problem, Brendan won't. And James reckons it's going to be 3-0 to Sturm Graz. 3-0 to Sturm Graz. Helen's going for 2-1 Celtic. Frank McCann is going for 3-0 Celtic. It will be the same boring system that we've seen over and over. If that is the case, do you think that there maybe is some truth? There's a fly just came in the fucking window. I'd rather have Prime Messi than Yang. Blackie's going for 3-0. Sturm. Half time is Brendan Rodgers dithers. 4-2-3-1 or even a 3-5-2 with KT in a back three and Johnson on the right. Could be. You never know with Brendan Rodgers. Could he be going for a 3-5-2, try and block out the midfield? And does he really need to change it for this game? I think it's more the Hearts game that he'll need to change it for. 3-1 Celtic, VAR decision going in our favour tonight as well. Oof, June Boy Martin's going for 0-0. Nothing each, says Norman. And Hatate, hate to say it, but no, says, and all of us just pretending to be managers, lol. No injuries and take a 1-0, nervy 1-0. There's a lot of people saying that 1-0 would do us. 1-0 would do us. Joseph is going for 3-0 Celtic. The ball mate is going for 1-1 Celtic. Welcome to the channel. 2-1 says Paul. Yang for scorer, even though he's not on the pitch and he's on the bench. When you look at the bench tonight, I mean, you do have young Donovan on the bench. I mean, if you were going to go 4-4-2 at any point, you could. I don't think Donovan's the answer for this level of football. Donovan couldn't score against East Fife when Celtic B team played East Fife just a week or so ago. When you look at the bench, you've got to say it's a strong, it's the best bench we've got, isn't it? Considering Sinisalo on bench, Trusty is on the bench in goals. Michelangelo Belusha is also on the bench. Yang's on the bench. McCowan's on the bench. Johnny Kenny's on the bench. Paolo Bernardo. Marcelo Scarachi's on the bench. Dane Murray, James Forrest, Donovan and Ralston. There's a lot of his Scottish players on the bench, isn't there? There's a lot of Scottish players on the bench. Let's jump back into the comments and see what people are saying for the scoreline. Danny Cassie's going for 3-1. Hoops O'Holic is going for 1-0. 1-1. Square Sausage Mick is going 1-0. The Sturm Troopers, don't call them that, because if they go and win tonight, that's what they'll be called. 1-1 says Guitar Man, how are you this evening? Fishing Scotland's going for 1-0. I'm still not confident. I'm not predicting scores. I'm a shitebag, says Joe Bill. Not knowing it's their third choice keeper, I'm saying 3-1. Neil was going for 2-1 Celtic. Ian Kirkland says someone's a Hun. No idea who he's on about. Ex-wife was a Honda Civic, no spark. Ooh. 4-0 Sturm Graz. Baz got to go. 2-1 for the game, says Eddie. KT should never be starting, says Chill Bill. 1-0 Celtic, says Paul. Enjoy Rogers' second last game. Ooh. Controversial. And if it is his second last game, let's hope it's not. Let's hope we get the performance tonight. They gave third choice keeper a run out because Celtic don't score goals. Surely it's not their third choice goalkeeper. When Brendan Mendon the Civic, does he mean he's got a hybrid formation? Yeah. Don't go forward. I have no confidence about this game. We'd take a 1-0. I have no confidence about it either. I think that, I don't know what I was expecting Brendan Rodgers to do and what, but I think if Hatate in the first half is doing a Hatate special, get him off early. Don't wait to the 80th minute. Get Luke McCowan on, because I think Luke, or even Paolo Bernardo, for me the two changes that will be made in midfield tonight is going to be Johnny Kenny and Paolo Bernardo. They two have to come on. They have to be given a chance. And if Brendan thinks that they're not good enough, but I have no idea what he's seen on the training pitch. It'll be a very low scoring game, that's for sure. Celtic 2, Sturm 1. Sturm Graz 1. James Boy says, evening. Tom's going for 2-1 Celtic. Anyone will do. Are Celtic in Technicolor Dreamcoat fashion tonight? And anyone will do? Or will Celtic win 1-0? That'll do me. Doesn't mean Benji is on the wing. Well, you never know. If Benji's on the wing, maybe anyone will do. And maybe he will be in a Technicolor Dreamcoat. We are so shite, says Kyle. Yeah, we are, but it's up front I'm worried about getting goals. We don't have many alternative strikers wise. No, we don't. When you look at the bench, I mean, you've got young Donovan, who's a B team player at best. He's not getting any game time. Johnny Kenny gives you something a little bit different. Johnny Kenny needs a longer run of games. He's now fallen into the Adam Ida situation, Johnny Kenny. Celtic do see him as having a long-term career at Celtic, but they're just not giving him any time. But that's a chat for another day. But yeah, we've lost the pace that we had up front, and that's the worry. When you bring in a 31, 32-year-old, whatever Kel's age is, you're not going to get. You have to get precision balls into the box, into his feet, into his head, and that's something that we're lacking on. Can Tenecti do that tonight? It'll be interesting to see and watching the winger scenario. If they score loads but concede loads, hopefully we can take advantage of it. Put it this way, we shouldn't be getting beat off this lot at Celtic after all. No, we shouldn't. And you think before the season, when the draw was made, I mean, it was already, the window was done and dusted by then. But don't know, we just need to wait and see. Engels, Bid and Benji 2-1. I rate Marcelo. We should try and buy him. There's no option to buy. There is no option to buy or obligation to buy. There's none at all. It's a loan and that's it. It's one of the and don't get me started on that, because I thought that we were going to go out and either buy a player or promote a player. To have went out, and don't say that Celtic lost out on letting Greg Taylor slip through our hands, because he refused a contract. I mean, we're just going over old ground now, but I mean, getting a guy in on loan later on from South America. What's the formation? Nobody knows. Who knows? 10 minutes past 8, we'll know how it's going to be. Yeah. 2-1 Celtic. What was that? A 0-0 exciting match. Do you think so? Why do we need 5 defenders on the bench? Trusty. Don't think we've not got 5 defenders on the bench. We've got Trusty, Murray and Ralston. It's always the same for a European game. I mean, you've got 2 strikers on the bench. Not very good strikers, but you've got 2 strikers on the bench. You do get a lot more on the bench on European games. I mean, whom that hasn't made the team would make the bench tonight? How's the mood in Nottingham? No idea. Their keeper is 21. We should test him early. Would you take a good performance but lose? No. I'd never take a good performance and lose. I'd never take a lose. I hate it when we lose. I wouldn't take a good performance and losing the game, because you've lost the game. Not unless we play like Tommy Burns' team used to, and that's not going to happen with this team, is it? It's a 4-3-3. Yeah, it looks like a 4-3-3, but it's their third choice goalkeeper. If we can't beat them with their third choice goalkeeper, come on, there's something way wrong at Celtic, isn't there? I mean, we should be taking aim from any distance out. We should just be going for it, shoot at will, and that's the thing that's been wrong with the Celtic team. They haven't been just taking pot shots at the slightest. If anyone has a slight glimpse at goal, take the shot. Pretend you're an IRA sniper and just take the fucking shot. I've got plenty of confidence that we'll win the treble, says Danny. Tam's going for 3-1 tonight. Celtic need to make Paradise a fortress again. That's an interesting comment, because it's only it's the team that can make. But then again, look at the atmosphere when we were playing in the Champions League last year. It wasn't a fortress atmosphere, was it? DJ Singy's in the house. If you want to crack on a cracking YouTube channel with some old school hardcore, subscribe to DJ Singy. Fantastic channel. Chop and change, what's happening? The guy's unreal. He did say that we needed to change things, but I think he was meaning. I thought he was meaning the domestic scene. Absolutely dreading this game. We take a draw. It's now 2-0 to Bran. Is it? It is. Rangers are getting beat 2-0. I'll give you an update on the scores. The scores on the doors in the Europa League this evening. RB Salzburg are getting beat 3-1 Bragg are winning 1-0. Fenerbahce are beating Stuttgart 1-0. Go Ahead Eagles against Aston Villa is still 1-1. Bologna's winning 2-1. Lyon's winning 1-0 against Basel. Real Betis against Genk. The Real Betis ground can't be far from here. Must only be a couple of hours. But an hour and a bit maybe. And Rangers are getting beat 2-0. Oh, should we just go to their Twitter and just noise them up? Oh, the new manager's got off to a great start then, hasn't he? Roll! You should see. I've got to take a picture of this. This is quality. Oh my god. The Rangers Twitter feed is just it's no one anyone to leave, so I'll put a picture up here on the screen for you because it's quite comical. Roll! Oh Jesus, they must be rolling about the pitch tonight, trying to get a scoreline. But anyway, it's all about Celtic. What can Celtic do tonight? 2-0 Bran. Let's get that off. I'll go for 2-2. Ian's going for 2. Oh, it's 2-0 Brand. Hunsdon 2-0. The chat's just full of Hunsdon 2-0. Engels' first goal. Stake a claim. That would be something else if Arnie Engels was to hit a cracker of a shot. And who do you think will be first scorer tonight for Celtic? Their serial losers, bran flakes. I'm going to keep that on the screen just for a second because it's quite good. Jesus, we need to win tonight then. Fuck your Honda Civic. I have a horse outside. Says Tam. Said Tam. Bad performance and win. Yeah, I think we'd all take that. Who's the two strikers on the bench? I can only see Johnny Kenny. Young Donovan. No, it's not. No, there is only one. Donovan's the defender. So you're right. Ralston, Donovan, Murray. Yeah, there is 4. It's my eyes. It's the light, shining light. Yeah, why? We've got. Fuck me. I'll give up with Rodgers. I do. I take an ugly 6 now, says Square Sausage. Mick, we need a spark. Take an ugly win. If they set up a low block, we're doomed. Well, by going by the team and what's on the bench, it looks like we're going for the low block. Hopefully a good atmosphere tonight. Let the boys roar 2-0 home, says Sugar Man. Young Marshall was 21. Yeah, he was. He was fantastic that night against Barcelona. As was a young Scottish striker. The Ferraris 2-0 for the Ferraris tonight. Let's hope so. Get some crosses in the box. Even our players don't score. They have a chance of an own goal. Don't talk about own goals. Bran Flakes, no. Morton Rolls have an interesting game. That's a cracker. Versus the Morton Rolls. Oh, Jesus. I suppose we should just put the Hun scoreline back up because it could be potentially the most exciting thing that will happen to Celtic tonight. I mean, if it is, the fact that they're getting gubbed on they're away from home. Read the roll of honour and Ireland's bravest men. Jesus. To call ourselves Celtic with that team. You never know. This might be Villa 2-1 down. Well, that's a shock. That's a shock to the system. So they are. Jesus. Aston Villa. From last season when Aston Villa were riding high at the top of the Champions League at this stage of last season, then Aston Villa were riding high at the top of the Champions League, and I think they were still top 3 at this point, weren't they? and they're now getting beat by Go Ahead Eagles. Unbelievable. Let me just try and get the Europa League up on the screen. Overdue today. European time. Yeah, it's not looking good. The bench is very, very defensive. I mean, I don't know what the hell Brendan's playing at. I just feel that it's... let's get the Europa. I get the table and see what the scores have done. Braga are top of the Europa League table on 9 points. Let me see if we can get this screen. Can we get that live? If we do this and then do this. There we go. That'll do. It's not ideal, but it'll do. So there you go. There's the fact that Celtic are currently down in 28th position. Rangers are 34th position in the Europa. Well, at least they give us a laugh. At least they do give us a laugh. Rangers are 34th position in the Europa. Can Rangers, can Malmo and Salzburg get above Rangers in the Europa? That's how bad they are. Let's look at the top of the table. Because that's where it's interesting. And Celtic should be at the top of the table. You know, Celtic should be up there. And it's sad that we're not. It shows you the season that we're having. Braga are sitting number 1 in the Europa. Lyon are sitting second on 9 points. And when you look at the goal difference, there's only 4 goals to the good. 3 games in, and teams have only got 4 goals to the good. Do you know, it just shows you, if Celtic had managed to just get things clicking, and especially in this league, we should be right up there. We should have been right up there. Aston Villa are now in 6th position. Go Ahead Eagles, well, they've moved up to 10th position. And Celtic are away down at 28th position as it stands. Now, if Celtic get a win, say we end up on 4 points tonight, that could make a hell of a difference. Could make a hell of a difference. You could get up into the top 16. Oh, can Celtic get the win tonight and change your season? You know, change your season and get us up there into the top 16 of the Europa. That would give us a massive confidence boost, and it would make things even funnier, because if that lot get beaten and they're third bottom in the Europa League, and we get into the top 16, do you really want to finish top 8? Can Celtic ultimately finish top 8? It's not within the realms of madness to think that they can. I think we've dropped a lot of points, but it's the Europa. Can we go on a little run? A good performance is what's needed tonight. Good performance. But will we get that from Brendan Rodgers' stuttering stars? Because that's what they are. Stuttering stars. And we could see stars in your eyes tonight if Brendan Rodgers does pull out the finger out and get this team playing. You've had all week. We could be around 18th place by the end of the night. Honestly, any spark we can to help us kick on. You never know. Big teams seem to have learned the formation in the Champions League, though. Yeah, I've not even looked at the Champions League table. I'm trying to stay away from looking at it because I've never really gotten over. I really enjoyed us being in the Champions League last year. I enjoyed looking at other games. I enjoyed watching I watched the Barcelona game the other evening, parts of it. And I'll admit, I turned away for a second and I missed about 2 goals. Because I was like, went to eat off my plate and I was like, they've scored again, man. You're just scoring for fun. They're Robin Reliant. This is a true test of Brendan Rodgers' leadership tonight. It is. And if it doesn't click tonight, If it doesn't click tonight, there'll be big questions then asked about Brendan Rodgers and his ability to motivate this team to get them playing any kind of football at all that can make us better. God, it's worse with that light on, isn't it? Switch that light back off. Can he get us playing any importance? Malmo getting a point tonight, and they dropped bottom. Oh, please, Malmo. You lovely Swedish bunch, you. But as look at the scores in the Champions League, frightening big scores. Don't think it would be like Joseph. I don't even want to. I mean, I looked at the Champions League scores and it was unbelievable. Yes, there is a watch along, Edward. There is a watch along tonight. I wasn't going to. I was going to go to the pub, but I'll do a watch along. Salzburg pulled the goal back, put them into 35. You're having a laugh. Having a laugh. Update the league. Rangers are 35th. I don't need to get this on the screen. Oh, this is the best laugh of the night. Let's get the live. Look, there we go. Up above. Rangers are on 35th position. Can Rangers be bottom of the Europa tonight? That would be the biggest laugh ever. Not only were the worst team, remember when they were the worst team in the Champions League a few years ago and they got that title of being the worst ever team in the Champions League? Can they be the worst ever team in the Europa? Just to set new standards. Yang come on to get the winner. That would be absolutely hilarious if Yang was to come on and get the winner. So at least it gives you a... Let's not laugh too soon and we could get humped tonight. No, I'm going to try and be positive. I want to see Celtic up and around 18th position by the end of the night. And Rangers at the bottom. Who are Rangers? Well, that's the team that they call themselves and they're in the Europa. We could well be below them by the end of the night. We could not be below Rangers by the end of the night. It's an impossibility. It's an impossibility. I mean, Rangers aren't going to go and win this game. There is not a chance in hell are they going to win the game. Let me jump back onto this screen. Give you an update on the scores. 75 minutes into the game. Salzburg 2. Whew. Salzburg are now getting beat. Wow. That's some game, that one. It's now 3-2. Salzburg were winning that game. Braga are winning 2-0. Brann are winning 2-0. 73rd minute. Rangers only pulling 3 goals back. Not a chance. Fenerbahce is winning 1-0. Go Ahead Eagles are winning 2-1. Massive scoreline. Massive scoreline that for Go Ahead Eagles. Don't care what you say. I mean, Go Ahead Eagles versus Aston Villa with all the money that's getting spent in England. I mean, that's a huge one. In other games, Genk versus Real Betis is now Lyon's beating Basel 1-0 and Bologna are winning 2-1, and it has had an interesting effect on the Europa League. I mean, Rangers are sitting on minus 4 goals. There is no way are they jumping anywhere above Celtic unless we were to get... they can't. I mean, we're on 1 point. They're on nothing. After 3 games, nothing. They've been nothing. They always are nothing, and they're now rolling about as nothing. They're rolling about in the Europa as nothing. Oh, we should really go into the Save Conan Twitter line just for the banter. We've got a bit of time. 2-0. Well, player receiving treatment. Oh, let's change the screens just for the we need a bit of hilarity, and they are only here for our hilarity. Let's close these down. And yeah, they're wanting a lot of people out, aren't they? Don't panic, guys. The Laurel and Hardy of Scottish football. Whoa. Rangers just need a leader, proper figurehead, not a PE teacher. Oh, jeez. Send them back to Wolves, please. Absolute bomb scare. Oh, Jesus God. Good tactics, waste of time. Send them back to Wolves. Get those players. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. Let's get back off that screen and get back on to... let's jump over to the Europa League scorelines. And there's the scorelines as it is live. Salzburg are now getting beat. 78 minutes into the game. Still on 75 minutes with Rangers for some unknown reason. Go Ahead Eagles are still winning. And when you look at the Europa League table, Rangers are second bottom. Celtic are up to 27th. We're joint 27th. What happened about just being 27th and 28th? That can't be right. There's two 27s. Bizarrely enough. Google's mucked up, surely. Refresh the screen and see what we get. Yeah, there's still two 27s. But even fucking Tel Aviv, scumbags. When you look at the top of the league, Aston Villa are in 6th. Real Betis still 0-0 with Genk. That is your scores this evening. Right, let's get back to talking about Celtic and the players that Brendan Rodgers have at his disposal. Most fans are deluded, the most deluded fans in the world. What did they expect? They're booing Danny already. They are not. They're not booing the manager. Are they booing the manager already? One game in. Are they booing them? They can't be serious. Funny thing about Brim, Go Ahead, there's another winger, plays a 10, a 4-2-3-1. Hopefully Kells will score a couple tonight along with Engels and Benji, because you'll get nothing from Hash Shati. Do you think so? Nothing from Hatate tonight. But this might be the game that Hatate goes, do you know what? I need to pull my finger out. I really need to pull my finger out and get a good amount of goals in, because let's face it, I think that we're due a good game from Rio Hatate. And we're due a fantastic game. Has anyone seen Stephen Johnston? I'm just hoping he's okay. I swear to God, they are. They're booing the manager already. Yet to see Engels put in a decent cross from a corner. Engels was better than Benji about a month ago. Engels put in a few corners where we actually scored from. I seen Stephen on another pod this morning. Lauren, tell him to message me if you see him on another chat. I need to try and get in touch with him. I have banned the clown that was saying that Stephen Johnson was just an attention seeker, because I thought it was banging order. Pete's going for 3-0. 3-0? It's not 3-0 to that lot. Are you hoping you're going for 3-0 Celtic? Just checking out the final score lines. 79 minutes now in the Sevco Rangers game. Still 2-0. I mean, they're surely not booing the manager when they're at an away game. Surely not. Jesus. Engels cost is good. They should be around about 1 million a pop. Rolling the barrel. His kickback is absolutely no style and no consistent. Terrified. Fucking up. Jim's going for 3-0. Celtic. 3-0 to Bran. It is not. Let's go to the land of the fucking meltdowns. It is. Oh, dear goodness sake. There's your sausage roll for you. Oh my goodness. First up is Danny sausage roll. Poor Danny. Poor Danny sausage roll. Kellogg's bran flakes. Big packet. Why they got Osama bin Laden? Get him to fucking Osama bin Laden? What the fuck? Oh Jesus, they've done their nothing, haven't they? Crushed by bran flakes. Danny Rowe dressing up as Martin Russell for Halloween. I'm crying. They actually travelled miles and miles to watch this shit show. It's okay. The new German manager is the worst shit in tie. He's got a shit in tie. That can't be right. Surely no. They're not wanting him out already. This is quality. We are an embarrassment to Scotland. Danny Ball. Oh, good old Rangers died. Me boys wearing the jersey too heavy for them. We shouldn't be slagging them off in case we get beat tonight. He's shafted with these losers. Blame the players. Thought it was the manager they were blaming before. You're a fucking joke with a club, man. All together now, Danny Rowe. Danny Rowe. What an embarrassment of a club. And even their Arsenal fans jumping in. The Highbury Hustle are jumping in to slag off Rangers. Only Rangers could spend 30 million and be worse. Oh, God almighty me. That is quality. That is quality, isn't it, that one? Even Guardiola could sort this mess out. Getting beat 3-0 after cereal. Some laugh that. Beyond embarrassing. Bring back Russell Martin. Leave us to didn't even talk about. What's with the Bin Laden? Just don't get the Bin Laden thing. Don't know. They've got him on a sausage roll with a wig. Danny sausage roll. Oh my goodness, man. That is the funniest thing ever. The dogs are sitting bottom where they belong. The Tenecti Tash. Anyway, that's the insight. Danny roll on links. Oh man. Anyway, that's enough of that kind of palaver because Celtic are playing tonight and we could get beat. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully Celtic and this Brendan Rodgers team manages to pull it out the bag with the wig roll. I know that one got me as well. I'm in a mood for a sausage roll now. It's made me hungry. But the wig roll was the best one. Paddy Power have started doing the Rangers advert. Rangers are bottom of the Europa. I've got to see this. Where is it? Oh, it is. The Rangers are bottom of the Europa. Jesus God. It's happened. Oh, the best thing ever has happened. Oh, look, I need to move myself. Move me there. There we go. Rangers, there you can see it. Look, it's on the screen right up there. Rangers are the bottom of the Europa League. Absolutely bottom of the Europa League. That is, for me, that's quite funny. That's hilarious that Rangers are bottom of the Europa League. Oh my goodness, I tell you. If Brendan Rodgers wants to motivate the players, just go out and say, look, mind that team that you drew against at Ibrox? They're bottom of the Europa. Do you want to show you that you're better than them? Like a way better. 100 times better. Tonight's the night. Oh man, this is quality. Honestly, it's absolute quality. I need to jump back onto their Twitter page because it is just a laugh. I need to go and get ready for the watch along, and let's hope that our watch along doesn't have the hilarity factor that the Rangers game is having. 342 messages. Noah Ohm scored for Bran. Do you think he's related to Ohm that's been sent away from Celtic? Watch this, Celtic will go and buy him. Noah Ohm. Noah brings home the Ark of the Covenant for Bran Flakes as they beat Lucifer and his men 3-0. Oh, Jesus. Right, anyway, that is me done and dusted for this evening. I'm going to get ready to watch the game and have some scran before. I'm going to go for wee Tenecte 10X's in Kalechi for a goal. Kalmak a third for his sanity. Oh, for his sanity. It's going to be Greg's. It's going to be 5-0 to Greg's. Donny Sausage Roll. Danny Sausage Roll. Jesus. Anyway, Engels a double. Hail, hail, everyone says. Chilpel, he gets the last message of the night, and I shall see you back in around about 25 minutes or so. Have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are. And if you're going to the game, make some fucking noise for the boys.